to the September 2020 edition of Paulding Post.
We're glad to be back. We had to take another 2-month break due to COVID-19 affecting some of our Paulding Post crew.
We're glad everyone is back and doing well. Felicia, let's get to our first story of the month.
Sounds good. We walked across the parking lot of the Watson Government Complex to the new Sheriff's Office and Jail facility where we spoke with Sergeant Ashley Henson.
He shared some of the many benefits of the new facility.
We're here with Sergeant Ashley Henson of the Paulding County Sheriff's Office to talk about the new Sheriff's Office and Jail facility. Thanks for talking with us, Ashley.
You're welcome.
So when did you get moved into the facility?
So we got fully moved in around the first week of June of this year.
And what would you say is the big benefit of moving to this new building, creating a whole new facility? Why was it needed? How is it going to help serve the county better?
Well, that's a good question. So the old jail was built in 1989, and so it was, as you can imagine, it was old, it was dilapidated, we had a lot of water leaks. I mean, it was just a constant problem. And combine that with the fact that it was overcrowded, it was just a situation where we needed a new facility. One of the main benefits is that now we're under one roof. We've got all of our divisions under one roof, and so if a detective needs to go talk with a juvenile detective, they don't have to drive anywhere now. They can just walk across the hall. If a patrolman needs to go talk with someone, he can just walk across the hall. If a detective needs to interview an inmate, they literally can just walk the inmate into our criminal investigations division. So having everybody under one roof is going to be huge for our department. And this is going to be a facility that we can use for many, many years to come. So we're super thankful that the citizens voted to allocate the money to build this wonderful facility.
What are just some of the highlights of the new building as far as the size?
I would say some of the highlights, we've got over 5 acres under one roof. I mean, if you think about that, that's massive. This facility is huge, and if you go from the back corner of the jail to the front corner where the sheriff's office is, you're going to get your steps in. I mean, the folks that have to walk a lot, they are really getting their steps in. So, it's a huge facility, but like I said, it's just such an asset to our staff to be able to have everything under one roof. If you need to go back to the jail, you walk back to the jail. If you need to go to purchasing or our warrants division, you just literally walk down the hall, and so it's just nice having everybody together.
I'm sure.
And another thing that's really cool is that we're right beside you guys. We're beside the courthouse, we're beside the administration building, and another key feature to remember is that we have it's not necessarily a tunnel, but it's a secure walkway from our jail facility over to the courthouse. So no longer do we have to put an inmate in a vehicle and transport them to the courthouse. They literally walk through a secure corridor going from our jail facility over to the courthouse. So just another added level of security.
Yeah. So what's going to happen to the old building?
Well, that's a good question, and there's a lot of speculation at this point. It's my understanding that the movie industry, the film industry, is interested in possibly filming there. I think eventually it's probably going to get torn down, but as you well know, the jail and our old administrative offices were 2 separate buildings, and so our administrative offices is going to go to fire administration. So I know they're super excited about that because it's probably 2 or 3 times the space that they had before. So we're in the process of getting all of our old stuff out, getting it cleaned up so we can turn it over to them.
Well, thanks for talking with us, Ashley.
You're welcome. Thanks, guys, for coming over.
It certainly is great to have them here in the Watson Government Complex.
It should make things easier for them and for our citizens. Speaking of citizens, I heard you met an interesting one the other day.
Yes, I did. I met a super cool guy, Mr. Leo.
I'm sorry I missed it. Robert Cabrera of Keep Paulding Beautiful introduces us to him and his story.
Good morning, everyone. This is Robert with Keep Paulding Beautiful. I am here in the North Paulding area with Mr. Leo Wisnowski, and you know him as Mr. Leo. You'll see him up and down the Seven Hills Boulevard area where he's usually cleaning up. And just wanted to ask you, Mr. Leo, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I come from the north. I'm from New Jersey, and I worked in construction, big, industrial, commercial.
Kind of used to the hot and the cold, huh?
Yes, I was. So, and I was a fisherman, a trout fisherman, and loved the outdoors, loved to hike, loved to walk. And even when I retired, and I've been retired 20 years. And I love to walk, so I can't stand to walk by it. So
I got you.
It's got to go. So
Yes,
I always carried a bag, a stick, and I've been doing that for 20 years. I've been here for over 7 years, and I've been doing here for 7 years. So, you know, just up and down, because I live here, so I want it to look nice. So.
Yep, and you do keep it clean. You're out here pretty much every day, hot, cold, doesn't matter.
Yeah, every day, unless there's thunder or lightning.
Thunder or lightning, stay away from that. Yes, sir. Anything you want to say to the folks here in the this North Paulding area?
Well, you know, I appreciate they really come out and enforce, and with the blow the horn and wave, and it's always fun when little kids are yelling out the school bus. Hi, Mr. Rio. Hi, Mr. Rio.
Wow.
So it's really nice, and they do take care of me around Christmas time.
Oh.
So I tell them they don't have to.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we do. So it's a great experience. You know, it's sort of flabbergasted because up north, nobody said anything except get out of the way.
Well, we can't tell you how much we appreciate. Keep Paulding beautiful. We do a litter index every month, and it goes from a 1 to a 4, 1 being the cleanest, 4 being the dirtiest. This area always gets a 1, and that is specifically because of you, Mr. Leo.
Yeah,
We appreciate what you do.
Yeah, everybody, they'll stop and tell me, and some people give me a bottle of water and stuff like that. So.
Awesome.
And,
That is.
but I enjoy walking and I walked all the time. So about 3 years ago, I guess it must be by now, I went to the monthly meeting, and I was presented with the plaque, and yeah, it was nice. My daughter was there, my granddaughters, and my wife, everybody was there. It was nice, yeah, and I still have it.
Awesome. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
Well, Mr. Leo, we want to thank you, and we appreciate what you do. And we just want to remind everybody out there, follow his example. If you got stuff in your area, please pick it up. And don't throw it out in the first place. And remember to always keep Paulding beautiful.
Don't be trashy.
It's always good to see citizens helping to keep the litter problem in check.
If anyone is interested in helping, contact Keep Paulding Beautiful at the email below.
Well, I finally got to visit the Richland Creek Reservoir.
I'm glad you finally got to go with us.
It was huge, a lot bigger than I thought, and just amazing to see it finally started filling up with water.
Yes, it is amazing. Let's share the update from Division Manager Russell Kelly.
My name's Russell Kelly. I'm the Treatment Division Manager for the Paulding County Water System. We're out here at the Richland Creek Reservoir again. The last time y'all were out here, we were actually holding at the first third of volume in the reservoir that we were allowed to put in by the State Safe Dams program. They have since done their inspection and given us permission to go to the second third that we are currently in. We are pump filling from the Etowah River. The rate that we are allowed to fill currently is 2 feet per week, but that final third, we're only allowed to put 1 foot per week. So we're still looking at total from now until the reservoir is completely full. We're still looking at about 40 weeks of actual fill time total. This is the principal outlet structure. This is where the water normally leaves the reservoir to maintain flow in Richland Creek. And it also has the emergency overflow here. There's another double emergency overflow on the far side where it can do an overland flow type of spillway. But this is the main source of water that is going to be constantly leaving the reservoir to maintain creek flow in Richland Creek. Across the way there is it's the reservoir intake pump station, and that is actually going to be pulling the water from the reservoir to feed to the drinking water plant up the hill. When we get to the end of this second phase of fill, that is when the Parks and Rec Department is planning to come back and actually put the fish habitats out that they had made back last year. They'll actually go around and put those in the locations. I'm sure someone will be marking that on their GPS so that they'll be able to find them again in the future. But we appreciate y'all coming out to visit today. We'll look forward to your next visit, and I'll be glad to give you another update. For more information on the reservoir, you can always visit the rcrwater.com website.
Have you seen the new signs on the Silver Comet Trail?
No, I have not, but I've heard that DOT, Parks, and the cities of Dallas and Hiram teamed up to upgrade the signs for trail users.
Ken Swinson with Paulding County DOT shares the purpose of these new signs.
My name is Ken Swinson, and I'm a pre-construction engineer with Paulding County DOT. I coordinated the project for the Silver Comet Trail Signage Initiative. The Silver Comet Trail Signage Initiative was developed in an attempt to provide more consistent accurate, informative, and aesthetically pleasing signage on the trail. Paulding County DOT was tasked to manage the entire process through a contract to get the signs designed, locations determined, develop a framework for the initiative along the entire Silver Comet Trail. The signage along the trail was designed for the trail users to be for both runners, walkers, and bikers, whereas the signage for motorists is signage along roads so that it can be easily seen by drivers to get to the trail. Paulding County hopes that this signage initiative will help all trail users not only navigate to the trails, but also help them use the trails while they're on them and understand all the different locations and access points to things along and off the trail. During this entire process, the Paulding County Board of Commissioners worked with the Parks and Recreation Department in coordination with the cities of Dallas and Hiram, along with the Paulding County DOT to implement this entire project. So after the long process of planning, designing, permitting, and implementation, the signage installation was finally completed in June of 2020.
We hope you've enjoyed the stories we've shared with you, and we would really like to know what you would like to see on future Paulding Post episodes.
Yes, we would. Please comment on our Facebook or YouTube pages to let us know.
Thanks for joining us. It's great to be back.